Anyway, let me just say with my chest, I don't think it's all the time that you have to listen to what your parents think about where you want. No! You are now listening to The Lucrative. That could have been this thing that you just did. You are now listening to the Make It Lucrative podcast with your hosts, Nariel and Genevieve. Mill, making sure you're paid out.
I don't even mean anything. Oh, God. Dramatic. My woman. Hey, where's my handkerchief? Hey. Woo. Alright. Listen, can I start? First of all, how's your week been? Jesus Christ.
How's the week? It's Monday.
They don't know that. Not everybody knows the day we film.
This is just one of the days we don't actually.
We do.
No, we don't. Sometimes we film on a Tuesday. Sometimes we film on a Wednesday. We filmed on a Saturday before. As long as it's like we've given it enough time.
Now I'm gonna have to release this 5 months down the line.
Who are you trying to catch off of guard?
Yeah.
Off guard. What's wrong with me? Okay. Yeah, man. Mondays are.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Like what lucrative thing has happened in your life this week?
What lucrative thing has happened?
It's a good question, isn't it?
It is a good question. I bet you've got a brilliant answer. Oh, do you not? Not today. You're just lying to me. You come up with something smart and clever in a minute.
And then a helicopter picks me up.
I guess. Well, I've been looking into some things. I've just been looking into some things. I've been looking into
some big deals.
Yeah. Well, just
and some small deals.
Do you want to answer the question for me?
No, because I was. To be honest, yeah, every week is a lucrative week for me. So, you know what I mean. I
said you weren't gonna do that.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing.
You said you weren't gonna do it, but you've done it.
We have to cut here again.
No,
anyway, you know what? I don't even want to talk about that. I want to get right to the question because they've seen the title. 100%. So there's no point beating around the bush. If you haven't seen the title, they don't even know they're watching it. Get me? This is what I want to know.
If you haven't seen the title, just look down. Look down quickly.
First of all, I want to throw the question out there like this, yeah? I want it to be trigger warning. I'm getting trigger happy. Do you know why? Because I wanted to cut someone deep.
Hey, it's the word of God.
Yeah, I wanted to just cut.
I know why you're laughing like that, but that's not why I said it. But yeah, it worked anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Anyway, I forgot my water.
We've done this laugh at the beginning.
No, listen.
Okay, yeah.
If look back at your life,
hey.
Yeah, your life that you're watching, your life, how your life has been. You get me? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, you're 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Anybody else watching this over 35, we salute you. God richly bless you for taking your time to watch this. We're just young people trying to, do something out there.
Listen, this is the topic. You've done this.
No, I've not done this because I'm triggering someone. Now, look at your life that you've lived, yeah? And ask yourself this question. What would I have done in my life that I didn't do? Actually, let me phrase it better. What would I have done in life if I didn't care about other people's opinion? I'm going to give you a minute to just think. You can even pause it right here. You can pause it right now and just think. You can take a notebook out and jot it down what you would have done in your life if you didn't care about people's opinion. Do you get me? And before somebody says that he's trying to get people out of control and he doesn't care about order and all of those kind of things, I feel like there's some people's opinion that are needed in life. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm a person that even the podcast, I remember one time we did an episode, Daniel, big up Daniel, he came and told me, he was just like, to be honest, the way you kind of did it, like, it didn't bang. Do you get me? There's people's opinion that I respect. You get me? Sometimes I'll wear something, then you'll be like, don't wear that, wear this, you look bad. Do you get me? There's people's opinion that I respect. Sometimes mummy will just be like, why are you just moving mad? You get me? Just in general, yeah. Or she'll be like, why didn't you hoover? Her opinions that I should have hoovered. No, do you get me? But then there's some people's opinion that, and the reason I'm saying it is because some people, you haven't even heard their opinion yet, but you can perceive what their opinion will be, and it's already stopped you from doing all those things. So I kind of just want to throw it out there. Do you get me? Because this series that we're doing, how can I, what's it called? How can I not care about people's opinion? I think it's important. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now let me start. Me personally, I'm
just. Do you think it's possible to 100% not care about people's opinion?
We're gonna get there. But let me start with my little story.
Okay, go on.
Do you get me? My little personal experience. You get me? Let's take it back 2000. Let's take it back.
I don't know this person.
Let's take it back 2000 and
I know
2002. 2002.
No, I told you that I don't like it when people do. If you're going to
2003,
rap, just rap what
it's
it
all
is.
about me. I wasn't even speaking tree. I didn't pay a fee. No, let's take it 2003 too. I don't know. When I was in primary school, St. Jude's, big up all the St. Jude's, man. Yeah, we went to a really small primary school compared to other people. Do you get me? Because we had 1 year, 1 year 2.
Why in other schools do they have more than one?
Yeah, that's when I found out our school was really small.
I'm sorry, they have more than 1 year 1.
Yeah. Like most of the time it's like 3 or sometimes.
So year 1 will be split into 3 groups.
Yeah.
Oh, then our school was very small because it was just
small.
1 per year, like 1 group per year.
So, and this is sometimes, it's another subject that I can even digress and do another whole podcast about that.
Yeah.
About sometimes you have to live beyond your own bubble.
Okay.
But I don't even want to get onto that today. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm excited for this series episode that we're doing. So obviously we went to a small secondary school and I used to kick ball, and listen, anybody who went primary school with me knows I was a baller. Do you get me? You can attest, Jenny, if you came to all my matches. Do you get me?
Saturday.
Right back. Do you get me? And don't get it wrong, twisted, there was ballers in my year.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like,
what, in primary as well?
Yeah, in primary. But like automatic, like by like default, when I hit year 6, yeah, I was automatically part of the best. Do you get me? So if there was like 4 best, I was like,
I felt like the best had to do with the fact that you guys were just
older, yeah.
No, dedicated. You just didn't you just wouldn't stop.
You stop playing. Yeah, you know me. I used to go everywhere in my
now, whether you were good or not.
Yeah, I used to go everywhere in my football
Whether you were good or not, you were still doing it. So
I went cinema and AstroTurfs, and I'm sure I went in studs.
What were them joggers called? Yeah, that was tight around.
Tight at the bottom. They were. I don't even know. They were just.
You know that weird fleece? Not that weird material that when it rubs together makes that. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Oh, is it back in style?
It's back in my style. Do you get me? So obviously,
don't care about people's
opinion. Booyakasha.
Okay.
So do you get me? So obviously I'm balling. I think we come second in some kind of league. I remember us like going to pick up our medals and stuff. We didn't win, but we did well. Do you get me? So I'm all thinking like, yeah, football's for me. I remember even mummy and dad believing football's for me as well. Like proper believing it. I remember. I even tell you how much they believed it. Yeah. Got to secondary school. Stockwell Park, you get me? Trenches, ghettos, you get me? We're there, first day, it's a massive secondary school. You get me? We're playing Oli. If you don't understand Oli, it's like there's no teams. Everybody just, as soon as the ball comes to you, you start showing your text, you start showing your thing, you get me? So it's like, obviously I got secondary school like with 3 of us from primary school, innit? We're all ballers at that time from primary school, you get me? So come out like Oli, like my boy gets the ball, he's doing his thing, I'm like yeah he's done his thing. Like I was like yeah, other people I'm like yeah competition time, yeah the ball comes to me. The ball comes to me and rolls onto my leg.
Leon, stop spoiling the laughter, man.
The ball comes to me and rolls onto my leg. I'm like, don't run again. Let's redo this. Let's redo it. You get what I'm trying to say? I didn't get the ball after that.
And that was the end.
And then I realised that. You know what? I didn't even wait for people's opinion to come. Do you get me? I just said to myself, I said to myself, I was like, do you get me? But yeah, countless Saturdays you rode for, man. But yeah, that might not have been a good example, yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't. It stopped. The thought of what somebody would have thought from that day just stopped me from even trying. Do you get me? Obviously, it's banter, it's funny.
Really
No, but I'm saying obviously, like obviously that might not have been a good example and stuff like that. But
did anybody say anything?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. But the thought of what somebody would say.
Okay.
Do you get me?
You know what? I get that you think that like the point that you're trying to make about the story is that you should have tried it, but I think you did a smart thing. And let me tell you why I think that he did a smart thing. Because some people, you remember when American Idol and Britain's Got Talent and all of these singing shows came out, and people would go there and audition and be like, it's not even a joke, it's not funny how bad you are at singing, but they'd be very convinced that they're good, and they just couldn't hear, no, you're not good. I think you have something that either some people don't have, where they can just, you've tried it, you can see that it's not good, this is not for you, this is not your talent, this is not about consistency, this is not about putting work in, this is not something that you are meant to be doing, and you keep it moving, do you understand?
So wait, just quickly.
No.
So you just come here to tell me that. I realised that I wasn't.
No, but you, it could have gone either ways. Either you could have just decided that, no, this is me, and push. Because I think that's the kind of person that you are. Either you're not going to do it, or you're going to do it, and you're going to do it well, do you understand? But you decided then it's I can go and do something else. And you've done many other great things.
I'm not going to lie, I could have been a baller.
I don't think that's the conversation that we're having here.
I could have been a balling star. Could have had the talent to go real far. But life was cold. Now we'll never know. We'll never know. Dooley's got the same size feet as Ronaldo. No. This could have been at the Champions League show. Could have been a balling star.
The timer.
Yeah, we're gonna cut 17 minutes already.
What you just sang and rapped for 5 minutes.
No, but see, that's, you know what, I get what you're trying to say, even though it doesn't apply to me.
I think that makes you a smart person if you're able to look at something that sometimes especially if you're young, sometimes the reason you want to try something is because it's trendy, it's because it's cool. Some people.
So where does the balance go from with this thing isn't for you to you need to try harder?
I think part of it does come down to talent. Some people have talent, but they don't have skill. Does that make sense? Okay, for example, I studied music.
Yeah.
In school.
Yeah.
I did very well at just
and you sing
a part.
as well.
Yeah. So, but even putting the singing aside, I studied music.
You're studying
now,
the arts.
and I wouldn't go too far to be and I can write music and musical notes and stuff, and I can play instruments. But I've got a good ear. And if you speak in musical terms, I understand. So that was me just going further than just my talent. Somebody who can just sing, but they have had no training at all, that would be someone who say, yeah, keep going, because you've got the talent, or you've got something there that can be worked on.
Then you have a lot of people who.
Yeah. No, I know what you're coming to say. I think I've dug myself a hole, but I'm gonna stick with it.
No, I'm just staying in that hole.
I just said that I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, you're gonna stick to it.
You've got a lot of time to waste today, innit?
You know what? I told people. You know what? That's why it has to be a series. You get me?
We haven't even gotten into what we wanted to.
Yeah, it has to. You know what? It's just a warm up. It's just a warm up. Like Mother would say, energy. It's just a warm up. Do you know why? Because people have to understand, Genevieve, the indoctrine of the understanding complex that people haven't been able to dissect themselves to make them understand that they don't have to listen to every comprehensive word that is criticism to them. We're going to cut that out as well.
Mad what you just said.
Yeah, it's like
that is
no.
mad.
Do you know what? Yeah. Anyway, forget it. Okay, let's push everything aside. You're in the hole. You were wrong. Cool. Anyway,
No.
let's get.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Cool. You bring your example of what you feel like you would have been able to do if you didn't listen to people, or do you think the opinions of others have benefited most of the time? This is a discussion. I want to see comments. I want to see comments in the comment section.
Do I feel like... I feel like... You know, okay, the problem with opinion, yeah, is that a lot of the time it's just based on personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always based on maybe what is... I think we sometimes people... It's a weird one to try and explain. If you yourself, yeah, are passionate about something...
Mm-hmm.
And you just sometimes you're not good at it or anything like that. Like putting that aside, that's just what you want to do, and you're quite, you know, the world would call it hard-headed and a bit stubborn. Whether the person is giving you opinion, whether the person is giving you fact, whether the person is giving you truth, whether they're laying it down, writing it out, giving you all the evidence, you're just not going to listen anyway. And I think what tends to happen is that people will sometimes mistake opinion for fact and fact for truth, and just mix it all up. Mm-hmm. I think opinion. A lot of the time, like I said, can be based only in preferences, and I think you have to. It's not so much the opinion, but sometimes it's more to do with who it's coming from. Like,
elaborate.
So sometimes, this one is heavy as well.
It's
Maybe
heavy.
This one, anyway. Let me just say it with my chest.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
heavy.
all the time that you have to listen to what your parents think about where you want. No! Just listen to what I'm saying. For example, there's many people out there
Bring your voice down, mommy's downstairs.
There's many people out there who, for example, their parents want them to become, you know, we joke about it all the time, especially within the African community. They want you to become an engineer, they want you to become a lawyer, this and that. And I'm not advocating rebelling against your parents. I don't believe in that.
Sure.
I'm not advocating, you know, getting up and just talking anyhow to your parents. I'm not going to be there to hold your hand when you receive those slaps.
Serious ones.
But what I'm saying is that sometimes, you know, you have someone who's talented in something else. Maybe even music is not even the one they don't want to hear. Art is the one they don't even want to hear. They're not ready to hear that you want to be a sculptor. But you're good at that. And sometimes if you listen to their opinion, which is no, this thing is not going to benefit you, you could end up doing something that you might even end up failing as a doctor. Like you actually you can't even stand the sight of blood, yet they're telling you to become doctor. Do you understand? So things like that. So sometimes it will be better to listen. Someone else could give you a better. Maybe your teacher could give you a better opinion on what you should do than your parents.
The reason I agree with that, and like, cause I know there's gonna be
that's
people.
All I meant.
There's people are gonna be out there and be like, oh, you gotta tell people not to listen to the parents.
That's not disclaimer. I'm not telling you to shout at everybody.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But sometimes.
I thought one was pulling. So gone.
I see he's holding you right now.
I didn't mean it.
Sometimes it's a matter of not listening to an ignorant person.
Yeah, are you calling somebody's parent?
No, because your teacher could be ignorant.
But what does ignorant mean? Like
in the sense of a lack of
lack of
knowledge in that subject.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
and sometimes just in life, anyway, you know, sometimes the reason I say this is because as much as your parents know a lot and they want the best for you and they love you, where their opinions and their experiences are coming from in life, it's not the same as how it is now. So maybe back then, I remember when I was really good at art when I was younger. It even then it wasn't as plausible and as something that could be, you know, something that could make.
Let me tell my classic story that I always tell her that. If you know me, you know this story about when we told when we laughed at Ernest's little brother for saying that he wanted to be a YouTuber. That was like, what? I was like,
don't say we. I don't remember laughing.
No, you weren't there, but I mean a couple of us.
I didn't laugh at that.
Like it was like 2015 maybe. We asked him, what do you want to do? He said a YouTuber, and even 2015 there was YouTubers around, but everyone, including me at that time, was ignorant. Skip a couple years now, we're like, well, we're doing YouTube, telling people to subscribe. Do you get me? People are doing that full time.
Nobody would have thought.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? When people were telling people to invest in crypto at a time, it made no sense. If you were ignorant to it, if you didn't do research, if you didn't have understanding, and you were just trying to put out your opinion, do you get me? And somebody took your opinion, I'll turn around and look at you, be like, but you told me not to invest in crypto. I listened to you. Do you get what? You said that it wouldn't bang. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I said, that's why I say that it's not necessarily about a parent, a teacher, an uncle, or this. It's about ignorance to a subject that you're looking for information
you have
about.
to, like, that's what. So my point being, if you're not going to listen to someone's opinion, there has to be not a random person, one of your Instagram followers and stuff. I'm talking about those who you value their opinion regularly. If you decided not to listen to their opinion, you have to have a valid reason as to why you didn't listen when you usually listen. Do you understand? If I go back to my example, if in your family it's like, oh, you have to become a doctor, didn't you? But you found that you've got a passion for I don't know, I'm gonna use art as an example. For art, you're good at art, and you've done your research, and you've realized that, no, I found my niche, I found this small sector that nobody's doing, and I can do that. And your parent is saying that, no, go and be a doctor. It can't just be I don't want to listen because I don't want to listen, I want to rebel. It should be silly. No, actually, I've done my research, I could do very, very well. And there's a girl that we know who I got told recently, I hope it's I'm not going to mention any names, so I hope it's okay to share this. She's doing a law degree at the moment, but her passion is acting, and there's stipulations for her. She has to finish her degree in order to continue to do her acting classes, and that is a stipulation. If her grades start to drop, then she doesn't get to do that, and that's a stipulation. So she's managed to appease both sides. I don't usually agree with those people who get up and just completely rebel. I think you should be able. Now, it's not everybody's parent.
I agree with that, because I feel like when it comes to helping, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to go too deep because I'm not a parent. You get what I'm trying to say, and I know that it's different when you get there. But I feel like sometimes it's not necessarily like, for example, if the person generally like has good thoughts for you, like you said, that person, their parents or whatever, are telling them that you have to do, like telling somebody you have to keep good grades is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Telling someone that if you want to work on your passion, you should still work.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that is where I understand. You get me? But it's like ruling out stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
There's some things, like, you know, like, this can be flipped on its head in the sense that sometimes it's like an opinion on a bad relationship, for example. Yeah. An opinion on being bad with your finances. I want to go on, as we said last week, 2K, low understanding. There's some things, but that's why I said my whole point is that if you're not going to listen to someone's opinion, be able to back it up. Have a reason why. Okay, you've said this, but actually I've done my research and this, that, and the other, and I've done this for a little bit, and I've seen blah, blah, and I can back myself up, and this is where it's going. Otherwise, you know, you'll make your bed.
I should have given context to this when I started. Yeah, when I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. He brought. Oh, no,
no, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying we should put the thing for people to go and find it and stuff.
If you can't find Rich Dad Poor Dad, I don't know for you, to be honest.
Is that what we do?
No, I'm just saying you should have. This channel, if you don't know Rich Dad Poor Dad, to be honest,
have you even put the link inside?
So I should put his link inside.
What's the difference between putting the link and mentioning it every podcast? When I was mentioning Dave every minute, you were getting upset.
You haven't mentioned Dave in a long time.
Yeah, no, because you put me off.
Anyway, he just gave his first headline festival in.
He's making money moves.
Trust me. Anyway, he brought a fact saying that what's it called? That for a lot of people, the fear of public speaking is more than the fear of dying for them. It's not funny.
It's not funny. It's just a very dramatic.
Yeah, it's just like people are more scared to speak publicly than they are to die.
Oh, okay, never mind. Because what I've got in my head
all
right
we
now.
done is laugh.
Yeah. Because that's what.
Do you get me? And they said the reason behind that is because they're scared to be criticised.
But I mean, should criticism be? Is it a negative thing? Is it a negative thing?
This is what I said. This subject is just. The subject is this.
Oh, I can't deal with all this energy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so sleepy. Can't do that. So yeah. Yeah, so it is criticism about. Are we taught from a young age that criticism is bad?
You know what?
Or
Yeah.
we talk not
Do you
to
know why
do
that's a
with it,
good
right?
question? Because when I
No, I know it's a good question. You tell me why it's a good question.
this is why it's a good question. Because when I hear the word criticism, I get butterflies in my stomach. Just the word.
Butterflies of excitement.
Of nerves.
Of nerves.
Just criticism. Like
Criticism. No, I'm joking. Sorry. I do like a cheesy joke. Right, go on. What is wrong with you today?
bro, I don't know.
The salad that you had is doing you like that.
It's seriously, it's the healthy eating. It's all the orange. Nah.
Maybe.
Yeah, so it's just like, you're right. Maybe we are taught that from a young age.
Yeah, because I mean, if criticism is supposed to be used to make you better, but criticism it's like a give and take thing.
Yeah.
You have to use it to get better, but the person, I think people also criticizing, your aim should be to make the person better, not to make
It's
the
like,
person
I'll be
feel
sitting there,
bad.
they'll be like, I'm gonna give you criticism, and they're like constructive criticism.
You know, I don't believe the phrase constructive criticism was always in existence. I think before it used to be criticism, and then people they murdered that, and then they had to bring the word constructive criticism, because that's why I said you should take, if you're receiving the criticism, you should use it to make yourself better.
What do you know? What? Yeah, I have to give you I've gotten some mad constructive criticism.
Mad as in like
That so you'd be like, you are so rubbish at what you're doing. Be like, it's just constructive.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. People use it. They use it to just say whatever. You know, those people are just like, I'm raw. I just say the truth. When really you've just got a bad attitude.
Somebody be like, you can't take the truth. They've swore at you.
They've
almost slapped
insulted you. Like
they've brought your
you've
family
got
into
a
it.
bad attitude.
And then they'd
You've
be
got
like,
a bad.
they'd be like, you can't handle
your
it.
character is bad.
Yeah, your character.
You've got a bad
What's
character.
buying?
So that's my point is just that you should use the criticism. It should be able to help you get better. It should be able to help you to see where you went wrong and you know. But and then the person giving it as well, that you should have that in mind. Okay, the person this, that, and the other, they want to get better. It shouldn't just be there because you're upset because you can't do what they're doing or something like that. Which is,
you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They have to stay for part 2 when we give.
I think there's gonna be a couple more parts because we haven't even gotten to the main.
Yeah, we haven't even
main
gone
thing.
into the main.
Well,
no, but you know what? Yeah.
Thanks for coming to our TED talk.
What we want to see in the comments is this. We want to see what was the first comment. What would you have done? Do you get me? We're gonna read some of these out next week. So send us a message. You get me? Put us in the comments. What would you have done if you didn't like care about people's opinions? Do you get me? And it's like, how do you handle criticism? So those are the 2 questions. What would you have done if you didn't care about people's opinion? What would you have achieved? What would you have started? And how do you take criticism? Because it's not easy. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what we want to see for next week. Make sure you subscribe. You get me? Make sure you like. You get me? Energy. Make sure you comment. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share this thing. You get me? All of the above. You get me? Yeah, what I'm trying to say. Lucrative, helping startups stay up. You know, making sure that you're paid up. Every time you raise up, you never save up. How you gonna get that?
You know what's annoying is all I would do is if I was something, I would just get go, but you trapped me here. You trapped me here, and then you start this nonsense every week.
They call me El Trapo.